Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Rusty. I wanted to do a quick video because this is about EXP and how awesome a company it is. So if you're not in real estate, you don't need to watch this. If you're in real estate, I have a question for you. And it's a version of what have you done for me lately, right? So for those of you who don't know, I have been licensed since '99. I started with Coldwell Banker. I went to a boutique company that no longer exists called DBL, which was fantastic. And the great thing about DBL is Alan Long, who was the founder, made every one of us, especially when it was small, he made every one of us feel like we were part of the team. You know, he was the first, this is how old I am. It was the first company that he gave every agent their own computer, and it was a desktop, and it was like revolutionary at the time, you know. And he paid the marketing department. So for every new listing, you got, I think it was 250 postcards or something like that, and he provided a transaction coordinator. This is like the early 2000s, right? So he recognized that investing in his agents was the best thing that he could do, and he was not interested in nickel and diming people and like trying to like scrape and scrimp and suck every last penny out of his agents, right? He really recognized that his greatest asset what were his agents, and he put the money into them, right? It was fantastic. And he fostered a culture of support and encouragement and excitement, and you could tell like people were so on fire for DBL. It was awesome. There are a lot of people out there who like, you know, I'm still friends with today because I actually just had coffee with a friend of mine from a couple days ago. Um, so that was awesome. And then they got bought by NRT, Sotheby's, same parent company. For those of you who don't know, Coldwell Banker, ERA, what is it? Coldwell Banker, ERA, Century 21, Sotheby's, they're all under the same parent company. Uh, I didn't want to be with that company, so I went over to Keller Williams, which was a great company at the time, and they had just come into the LA area, and I ended up being the training director in the Beverly Hills office for a while, and then I left the business completely because I opened a drug and alcohol treatment center in Hollywood, and just my focus had shifted, right? So came back, went back to one of the big national companies, not important which one, but it's a really big company, and it has a big presence here in LA, and then someone approached me about a year ago about this virtual company. And I was a little, you know, like I had drunk the Kool-Aid to some extent to believe that I had to be at a brick and mortar company. I had to be giving away at least 10, if not 15 or 20% of my income every deal because, you know, they were providing some whatever. And the truth of my experience is, intellectually, I understood that this can't be the only way it is. There's got to be a better way, right? And for me, what happened is I was involved in a deal that I was not represented by the company. The management at the time, the office manager, the people in the company did not have my back, and there was an agent within my office who the particulars are not important, and I'm happy to go into them if you're curious. But I worked very hard and was not compensated by someone in the office. But because this someone is aggressive and has not the best reputation and makes a lot of money, management in the office basically said, you know, F you to me, and did absolutely nothing. So that opened my eyes and started me looking into other opportunities. And so I had lunch with friends of mine who were super happy and had proven in the past that they could spot a trend, because when Keller Williams showed up in town, they were two of the first people to go there and were very successful there, and they're very successful brokers, and I believe that they would be successful regardless of where they landed. So I knew it was a combination of things. Like they're really good guys. They're very ethical. They're really smart. They're driven and focused, and as I said, very successful. And I have a lot of respect for them. And we happened to be in a deal at the time. So they said, "Hey, why don't you, Chris Fenn? What's going on?" So they said to me, "Why don't we have lunch and we'll talk to you about EXP?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, whatever." Kind of rolling my eyes because, again, remember, I had been operating on the belief that like I had to go to an office, I had to be giving away 15, 20, 10% of my income, depending, um, and we had lunch, and then and it sounded pretty good. Like the deal is it's a great deal, and it's very fair, and it's very consistent all across the country. It's a national brokerage, 30 plus thousand agents, been around for 10 years, uniquely positioned currently because it is virtual. So I've been working from home since I went over in October. So the shutdown has not affected my business really. Closed the deal yesterday, going into escrow on something else today. Multiples here, there, like awesome, right? I'm actually having one of the best years I've ever had in real estate. And that's actually why I got excited and why I wanted to hop on the Facebook Live right now, because I ended up I went to EXP Con, which is their big convention, and I've never been to Gen Blue, which is Coldwell Bankers. I've never been to Family Reunion. Like, what's the point, right? Like, I don't know. My experience at the brick and mortar companies was, you're not making $1 million a year. Fuck off. I mean, the individuals may not have put it that way, but the sentiment from corporate is for sure that way. That was my experience. And someone at the company said, listen, I'll pay for your ticket. If you can make it to Vegas, I'll pay for your ticket, because I believe in this company, and I believe that you would fit in, and I believe that what you can do in this company would be spectacular. So let me give you that opportunity. And so went out to Vegas, met a bunch of people in the company, and was blown away, because I met people who walked the talk, right? And they weren't saying one thing and doing another. Hey, we have your back. And oh, that person took advantage of you. Tough shit, right? Which was my experience when I was at my old company. And so I decided to make the move. And let me tell you about why I'm super excited today. Because so the basic, again, if you're not in real estate, I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you, but the basic deal is every agent in the country is on an 80-20 split. However, you are capped at $16,000. So from that 20%, you once you pay $16,000 to EXP, you flip over to 100% for the rest of the year, right? And so once you make that money, they say that you've capped. So I moved over in October, and I capped fairly quickly, just a couple months later, which means I have almost 10 months of being at 100%, which is awesome. I know it's very unorthodox for people to talk about their specific splits, right? Because everything is so secretive. It's so like, we can't let agent A know what deal agent B has, because then they're going to try and blah, blah, blah. And EXP is not like that. It's all like, it is what it is, right? Everybody is operating from the same playbook, which is awesome, because there's no, then it's, that's just the way it is, right? So that's the baseline. But they also have an equity purchase plan, and that's like why I'm super excited today, because what it means is that they will, you can have it set up automatically so that 5% of your commission goes to purchase stock at a 10% discount. Awesome, right? And it's for work that I'm doing already. I've never been at a company for as much money as I have put into the pockets of NRT and every broker and agent as I've worked for in 20 years. Never once, not one single time, have they come to me and said, hey, listen, here's a financial bonus for all of your hard work. They've never done that. And at EXP, I just checked my account, and because the price is up, I didn't realize we are up. We are like we're up. It's awesome. And because of how the stock gets awarded, and there are all these that, like, you do your first deal, and when you come over and blah blah blah, they give you stock as well. So it's like I did another deal, so I've basically done another deal for doing the work that I've already done, on top of being better compensated. Because here's the deal, you don't realize how much money your company is spending paying for your big fancy office and your 65 support staff, 30% of whom they had to let go, right? Which, by the way, you had no input in. You had no say over, right? A lot of people, I interviewed with a company, and that was a big selling point of this company, that, oh, we have all this support staff, and once you know, once those people are maxed, then we bring on more people and more people and more people and more people, right? Well, those people cost money, right? Jim Blanchett, what's going on? Yeah, 100%. Good companies take care of their workers. I'm, you know, I'm like, I'm getting going, and so yeah. So that was a big selling point. We have all the support staff, right? And then this unforeseen thing happened, and they had to let go of like 30% of their staff. And so what do you do then? You know, um, so it is expensive to pay for those the brick and mortar infrastructure, right? And the basically what EXP did is they said, what if we took that money and we gave it back to the agents instead? Because the truth is, like in my old company, we had 2 offices within a block of each other, and each office had 6 or 7 people, 6 or 7 support staff, if not more, right? So much redundancy, so much redundancy. One person could have done what they had to pay 2 people for, twice as expensive for basically one person's job. And it's not to denigrate the people who are doing the work at all, at all. It's just to look at the structure of the company. Like, it's not necessary to have um, 2 office administrators on the same block, 2 transaction coordinators on the same block, right? And so what EXP did is they said, what if we take all that money, we hire somebody incredibly capable, we give people the technology to access those capable people, and then we take the money and we give it back to the agents because they're the ones doing the work, right? So I just got super excited and just had my decision reaffirmed. It's funny too, because there were a fair number of people when I made the decision who just like could not wait to tell me what a bad decision it was, you know? And it was interesting because like not a single one of those people has done anything to help, you know, pay my bills or, you know, build my career, build my business, you know, for as much as they like said that they were on my side, like never to be heard from again, right? Which is totally fine. It is totally, totally fine. I don't have any animosity towards the anybody really. I just am super happy. And my question is, if you are in real estate, like, what are you doing? What are you doing giving 15% of your income back to a company? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Or 10% of your income, or 5% of your income. Like, what the hell? Um, so if you are curious, if you want to tell me that I am stupid, if you want to tell me that I'm crazy, if you want to debate or have a conversation or just say hi or grab a cup of coffee or anything, please reach out to me. I would love, love, love to have a conversation. It is one of the 2 best business decisions I have ever made. And yeah, and I'm speechless clearly because it's such a good decision. And so, as I said, if you are curious, hit me up. The first lesson I learned in business was loose lips sink ships. And so anything that we talk about would be kept strictly between us. And I'm happy to have a conversation because it is it is the wave of the future, 100%, and you should get on board. And you'll make more money for doing the same work you're already doing, and you'll have more freedom and more time freedom, and it just is, it's awesome. So I am super stoked to have made the move. I'm super stoked to be with EXP, and I want more fun, awesome people to come and play with us because that's what makes it great. So if you're curious, hit me up. It'd be awesome, whoever you are in real estate. It'd be awesome to see your shiny face in my messenger. So that's it for me. It's Friday, a little after 12. So have an awesome day. Have an awesome weekend. Wear a mask. Wear a mask. And let's take care of each other because wouldn't that be a nice world to live in too? Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day.